Welcome to the first episode of Project Hunter, where we go out and we find wood to build projects with. Some other people's garbage might be some of your best wood for your projects. I saw this piece of wood down by Skoglund's machine shop, so I'm going to go down there and ask him if I could have this piece of wood. It's pretty beat up and it's got paint on it and everything, but I think we could clean it up and make some nice projects. So here we go. I'm going to go out there. Oh, hey, I was just wondering if I could have that piece of wood over there.
Sure, have at it.
All right.
Make some good use of it.
I'll make something really cool with it, I promise.
All right.
All right.
I bet you can.
I mean, look at that beauty. Just sitting there. One of the first things I'm going to make is this iPhone stand. It's an iPhone stand that sits inside so you can put an iPad on the top of it. So I'm going to build that first. I'm going to show you this first project in a little more detail, just to show you what I'm working with. Set up the Z-axis there. Yeah, I wanted to let you see that mistakes happen all the time, but you can overcome them and correct pretty much any mistakes that happen. Let's speed this up for you. Now this is the iPhone Pocket we're finishing up here. Now for a quick bit change. Going down to the 1/8 inch mill. And this is a little pocket so that you can push the phone out from the stand a little bit easier. And we're drilling the screw head pockets and then putting the screw holes through. This is where the cable will go through for charging. Now we're cutting out that whole piece. Now here's where that little mistake happens that could have been a disaster, but we recovered from it. When it gets down to the last pass, you'll see what happens here as it goes around. The piece actually came loose. The little tabs broke, and then when it shoved it, it broke the little thin frame that I had nailed down. But I was able to luckily fix it so that I can continue. See, that one piece was cut out, so I could just start from the next piece. Luckily, I have lines on my spoil board to line up the piece of wood, so I was able to cut out the rest of the pieces on this one. This is my prototype for this one, and I put screw holes to fasten the pieces together, but I think I would do it more invisibly from the front next time. I'm going to be doing one of these Project Hunters a week. That's my goal, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do it. But every week I'm going to go out and find a piece of wood and make a project out of it. I got a few ideas of what I'll make, but it depends on what kind of wood I'm going to get. So here's the finished iPhone stand. I thought it turned out pretty good, but you can see those screws I was talking about. Now, for you Harry Potter fans, this is a cribbage board I'm making with the next piece of wood. So don't worry, I'm not going to show every little step this one makes. Could probably get pretty boring watching all this. But it's carving the little numbers, the scoring numbers for the cribbage board. Then we'll drill the holes. It's putting a little bevel on the lines. Quick bit change to go down to the 1/8 inch end mill. Now we'll cut the pockets out for the pegs to sit in after you're done playing the game. Now I want to show you the holes because it's pretty cool to watch. We're not going to see every single hole drilled, but I love the precision of these CNC machines. I did want to point out this fly kept visiting the work area, and it would get really close to the bit checking it out. I think what it was the smell of the nice fresh pine being cut up made this fly attracted to it, but it showed up several times during the process. Now we're cutting out the board. Now you can see how after you put the finish on it, everything really pops out. You can see it. Here I have a little bit of stain in the numbers, but sometimes I don't put stain in the numbers and it still looks good, like here on this Dayton Rodeo sign. That everything came out pretty good. And here we have a baseball game that's pretty cool. You roll the dice, and if you get a 2 and a 5, it's single 2 bases. And you can put little post-it notes in those little square holes that I put on there. And then we got an Iowa Central sign. But thanks again to the Skoglunds for giving me this board. I was able to make 5 different projects out of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week.